Hello, Full Sail Presentation Heroes. My name is CJ Barrow, and I am talking about my favorite works of art. By works, I have a couple honorable mentions, which would be Phil the Fiddler by Norman Rockwell. My favorite video game would be Bioshock by Irrational Games. And my favorite current band is Run the Jewels, who recently released their newest album, RTJ4. My favorite work of art is Jurassic Park. The movie was released exactly today, June 11th, 1993, 27 years ago. I would have been in first grade when this movie came out, and it was, to me, a dinosaur movie. Yeah, let's go watch velociraptors and triceratops get along. Nope, it was all carnage, and I loved it. It was just a total mind-melting experience for me as a little boy. So I watched it on VHS over and over again. It was a bootleg copy too, so it had all the commercials in there, and I would recreate them using my dinosaur toys and little paper mache cars and stuff like that to destroy. And I didn't realize that that's actually developing those subconscious creative processes that Steven Spielberg would use to develop his imagination around the concepts of Michael Crichton's original concepts he wrote in the Jurassic Park book, which was a screenplay originally that he wrote in 1989 that actually was originally portrayed from the view of a child. And then everybody realized that this is not a children's book. Particularly one scene was from a second grader reading about Dennis Nedry coming across the Dilophosaurus, which was the crazy one with the spitting, blinding. Anyway, he got hit with a blinding acid, and just remember reading him holding something in his hands and not realizing that it was his intestines that had been ripped out. And then the last thing that he feels is the teeth of the Dilophosaurus in the side of his head, and then the chapter just cuts out. But that was just one of the many gruesome scenes that the movie surprisingly did not actually decide to keep in there, and still it was just as terrifying. The Tyrannosaurus Rex that they built for the movie was so massive and just robotically insane that it could potentially kill somebody just by short-circuiting and coming alive. If somebody tried to climb into it, the mechanics would actually crush the person inside. So there was a lot of different issues with this contraption that they made, which is still a technological marvel for sure. I think it was even probably the most expensive thing in the movie. I'd have to redo my research on that, but I do know that the CGI is also another thing about the movie that has still, to this day, somehow managed to maintain itself. It's just an incredible movie. The book is also just as phenomenal. I remember reading it in second grade and just loving every single bit of it. The one concept in particular that stuck with me still to this day is, surprisingly, Ian Malcolm's character, who is not as pretentious and full of himself as Jeff Goldblum's portrayal is of the life. That is just not how he was. He was a mathematician who was just extremely intelligent and knew about how chaos theory was really involved in our existence, and that stuck with me all the way through the rest of my life. And there's so many other aspects of Jurassic Park, surprisingly, is beneficial towards being a kid that watched a gruesome dinosaur movie and loved it that much. So who would have thought? Anyways, this has been my presentation on my favorite work of art, and I am hoping to see everyone else's work of art. I'll be on Full Sail Online very soon. Thank you very much.